Hey folks, so most of y'all already know by trade and most of the time during the daytime I'm a EHS professional or an environmental health and safety specialist, aka a safety man. Now, one of the things that I typically teach people on when I'm working as a trainer is the OSHA General Duty Clause. OSHA General Duty Clause per OSHA 1910 states that the employer shall provide a safe and clean working environment free of conspicuous hazards for the worker. Now, what that boils down to is you, as a worker here in the United States, have a right to a safe and healthy working environment. Now, when I'm explaining that, I like to also involve the concept of work culture. Now, when you say culture, most people immediately go to different kinds of makes and model of people and countries and nations and all this, but culture is a lot smaller. Actually, matter of fact, the smaller cultures you're involved with typically tend to be the more important cultures that you're involved with. For example, you can work at company ABC and everybody acts a certain way. You can go to company XYZ and they act a certain way. They can both be doing the exact same thing, same kind of company, but just the mindset, the impression, and the vibe and all that is one way from one to another. That is culture. And again, the smaller the culture, typically the more it really affects you. Now, how does this tie in with your right to a safe and clean working environment, you ask? Well, we always get hung up on your rights. I have a right to a safe working environment. I have a right to this. I have a right to that. Let me tell you a little secret about rights. You don't have a right to anything in this life, let alone in this country, as far as working conditions are concerned, unless the other people in your culture that you're involved with see that right as their responsibility. So again, your right is his or hers responsibility. And in order to maintain that, we have to have a culture, whatever culture it is, whatever job you're on or whatever people you're involved with, you have to maintain a culture of people who take that seriously and see it as their responsibility. Otherwise, you're just shouting into the wind. And yes, that travels all the way up, scales up to every other form of rights you can think of. Thanks, folks. We'll holler at you soon.